Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I'm going to show you how to improve your life in 10 different ways. And the first one is really important in the winter time, and that is to exchange your bulbs for some natural light bulbs. That is a natural light bulb compared to the regular yellow bulbs. It looks so much nicer. And I like these swirl bulbs. See these swirl bulbs? They take a minute or two to get to full light, to warm up, but they save a lot of electricity, and that's really good. And you know, you can wait for a little bit for them to get to full light, and it's better to gradually do things anyway. When things are just thrusted into your life, then it's not as healthy, it's not as enjoyable. So there's your first thing. So the second thing is to gradually get rid of your prescription and over-the-counter man-made meds and start using natural meds, as in herbs and natural supplements. And I started doing this like over 25 years ago. I took all of the antibiotics and all of the over-the-counter meds, and I threw them all out on a table. I'll show you that picture. Okay, so this is a picture from an actual album from the good old days of all the supplements that I had. Most of this was over the counter. You can see that's a Mylanta gas, and there's cold capsules, and there's a bunch of prescription stuff in here. Here's some, I used to have contact lenses. There's some Opti-Free. I used to wear contact lenses. And there's various colognes over here. I threw the whole thing out. Anything that was unnatural. Now you can see that I was starting to get into some natural supplements here. So that was the very beginning of when I got rid of anything that was man-made and only kept the natural supplements. Number 3 is to get rid of processed foods and only eat whole foods. And this will take a lot of time for some of you. And I know this from personal experience. Today's food, today's soup of the day, is a bunch of root veggies and mushrooms and onions, all cooked in chicken bone broth that I cooked like all day yesterday to get the minerals out of it. And so that's doing its thing. And then over here I have some beans cooking. I have beans cooking. It's not up to heat yet, but so far I soaked those beans in some apple cider vinegar water, and then I drained all those extra phytates out of there. It's good to get to a point of where you're soaking all your nuts and seeds and beans and grains, all of that. So that's number 3. Number 4 is to educate yourself on environmental illness and start getting rid of all the things that are creating an outgassing or getting into your water or your clothing or whatever. Get rid of all of the unnatural things that are toxically invading your body through the air, food, and water. One of them is carpet. And a long time ago, I vowed to never live in a place with carpet again. Because several of them, I actually rolled the carpet up and took it outside. And it wasn't even my rental. I just like put the carpet somewhere and like, okay, I'll bring it back in when I move, you know. Or I'll refinish the wood floor underneath and talk the owner into keeping just that and not the carpet, because there's so many toxic elements of carpet. And getting rid of that and other things that are causing toxicity in your body inadvertently is number 4. And there's a really good book There's probably a lot of really good books, new books out now, so check them out. Okay, number 5 is get away from synthetic clothing and bedding and all of that. Polyester and nylon. Get away from that. And this is not easy because I went to the Walmart the other day that's closest to me here, and I tried to find a hoodie. I think I told you this, but it's worth reiterating. It's so hard to find clothing nowadays that's actually natural fiber, and it's so ridiculous. But if you practice, you can get good at it online or at thrift stores, whatever. You got to look for the tags and make sure it says 100% cotton, 100% wool, 100% camel, leather, what else? Hemp is another one. So look for natural fibers only. Now check this out. I bought some sheets at the thrift store for the Airbnb trailer, and I had to search and search and search. It took me about 45 minutes to find these cotton sheets. Really nice cotton sheets. But when people stay in my trailer, they're gonna feel better. They're going to feel better because it's a better feel. Natural cotton feels natural. And it's sometimes hard to decipher the difference because they'll put like 40% polyester in there and it'll be somewhat soft, you know? But if you practice, you can get to where you can largely pretty much feel if it's cotton or not. Okay, number 6 is stick with all natural cosmetics and cleaning materials. That is what I use exclusively. Dr. Bronner's soap. That's pretty much all I use. And, oh, well, here's a disinfectant, white vinegar. That's what I use to disinfect things. And I use very little chemicals. There's some glue there. This is all not natural tongue oil that's in a bottle. This is just regular sewing machine oil that, like they've used for 50 or 100 years. This is a natural product from Earth Paint. There is some WD-40 back there. And some transmission oil that I need for the car. But it's pretty much natural, all natural for me. And I've learned this from experience, that whenever you expose yourself to something unnatural, your body will react. Most of our bodies will react. Unless you're just like a chemical meister that loves chemicals. Some people like the new car smell and various smells like that. But when you educate yourself that that's not good for you, then you'll avoid stuff like that. Like dryer sheets. Are you using those dryer sheets, those stinky, probably totally unnatural smelling dryer sheets? Avoid. Okay, number 7 is to start using your own bags at the grocery store. These are bags that I made. I sell bags on my website, really nice ones. They're like 25 bucks. These are bags that will save hundreds, if not thousands, of those plastic bags from going to the landfill. If I get in a pinch, here's a paper one that I can use. So there you go, that's number 7. You'll feel so much better about yourself if you do that. Okay, number 8 is to stop buying expensive things and reduce your expenses. And you know, this car has been a great car and it just keeps on running. And I think that pretty soon I'm going to rebuild the block on it. And I know I've been saying that for a long time, but I just haven't been able to save the $2,000+ that I need to do that. But instead of spending $25,000 or $30,000 on a new car, What better things could I possibly do with that money than that? I could probably give you 100 in the next 10 minutes. 100 things. That also goes for houses. Toxic new houses, don't buy those. School loans, really expensive school loans that bury you in debt for the next decade or more. And children. So avoid all those the four I tell you all the time. The four big things that kill you financially. Avoid all of those and you'll feel so much better. Number 8 is to go out and walk. I go out and I walk on my road down there. And I hardly see anyone out walking. But you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go walk with Chakra. And I don't care if nobody else does it. Because I know how good it is for me. And I know how much I enjoy it. And every single place that I've lived in my life, I hardly ever see anyone out walking. And it makes me feel sometimes so alone because I'm like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with human beings that they're not out walking? Why don't they want to walk to work if it's within 2 miles? Why? Why don't they want to ride their bicycles to work or to the store or to just go out and enjoy the day? Why don't they get out and do these things? This is really important and you will feel so much better if you do it. I got my slippers on. Okay, last year was this garden's first year. And it did pretty good for its first year. But it's gonna do better this year because I'm gonna amend the soil with lots of good stuff. I haven't even dug that poo right there in yet. But this garden is gonna grow a whole lot more great food for me. In fact, there's some kale right over there that's gonna continue to grow in the spring. And growing a garden is another awesome thing. I believe this is number 9 now. Growing a garden is awesome, and if you do it, you'll improve your life and you will feel better, for sure. Okay, here's another one. Instead of putting your clothes in a dryer and using a 220 volt to dry your clothes, come out and dry your clothes on a line when you can, which is like on a sunny day, like today. All you need is a line and some clothespins, and you can save a lot of energy. And how will that improve your life? Well, you know that we need to start conserving more energy and stop wasting everything, and you'll feel so much better about yourself. Just like, you know, not driving as much or walking or yada yada. You just have to make the effort. That's all there is to it. And you'll have to change your lifestyle in order to be able to do all these things. And you'll probably have to move away from expensive places. And you very well may have to get like an internet job. If you get an internet job, then you can stay home like I do. And then you don't have to drive anywhere. And you don't have to deal with the traffic and all the menagerie of humanity. That's how you can improve your life. And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Look at that beautiful chemtrail right there. Look at those beautiful chemtrails over there. God bless this day, chemtrails or not. And God bless you, and I hope that you are well. Bye. Here's a bonus one for you. Get out into nature and listen to the sounds of nature. Breathe clean air. Relax and just sit peacefully and quietly. your life will get better, you'll feel so much better. But bear in mind, change is hell. So you have to get through all of the trenches before things get better. So do it slowly and at your own pace, one thing at a time, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time.